Welcome to the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast, your go-to source for the latest developments, trends, and regulatory changes in the industry. I'm your host, Steve Hamoan, here to provide you with insights sourced from reputable news outlets to help you stay informed and make well-informed decisions. This podcast is brought to you by Real Approved Inc., a trusted mortgage brokerage dedicated to helping Canadians achieve their homeownership dreams. Visit realapproved.ca to learn more about how their experienced team can assist you with your mortgage needs. Let's dive into today's episode. This week, we're diving into some of the top stories impacting the Canadian real estate and economic landscape. First up, we're looking at the complex issue of money laundering and its surprising impact on Canada's gross domestic product, or GDP. Canada and the United States have one of the world's strongest bilateral relationships, with $3.5 billion in goods and services crossing our shared border each day. However, the relationship is facing tensions, as the United States considers imposing a 25% tariff on Canadian goods, a move that could significantly impact our economy by about 6%. In an interesting twist, it's reported that cracking down on money laundering in Canada could have a similar economic impact. Money laundering, though illicit, is estimated to contribute significantly to the Canadian economy. This presents a daunting dilemma: either endure the economic hit from tariffs or address the illicit activities that are, in a way, bolstering the GDP. It's a classic between a rock and a hard place situation that policymakers are grappling with. Turning our attention to the real estate sector, the Financial Transactions and Reports Analysis Centre of Canada, known as FINTRAC, has been tasked with addressing money laundering in real estate. However, the agency's efforts seem lackluster, as they've only imposed minor fines on 3 firms in Toronto and Vancouver, with those penalties taking up to 3 years to enforce. Even more concerning is that their attempts to pursue more serious allegations against large institutions like HSBC have been halted, raising questions about the effectiveness and commitment of FINTRAC's crackdown. On the monetary policy front, the Bank of Canada has made headlines by cutting its key policy rate and ending quantitative tightening earlier than expected. Quantitative tightening, or QT, is essentially the opposite of quantitative easing, a policy used to stimulate the economy. The early end of QT might leave the bank with fewer tools to tackle future economic downturns, which could potentially extend recovery periods. In employment news, recent revisions to Canada's labor force data have painted a more optimistic picture of the economy, showing that more jobs have been added than initially reported. However, economists from the Bank of Montreal warn that these revisions can create more uncertainty, especially when there's a growing gap between labor force data and payroll numbers. This discrepancy may indicate a rise in informal employment, which isn't the most reliable foundation for economic stability. Lastly, we're seeing significant shifts in the real estate market, particularly in Ontario. While Canadian real estate prices have fallen 17.2% from their peak nationally, Ontario has experienced a sharper correction, with prices dropping by 20.7%. This is the most substantial decline across the provinces, indicating that Ontario's real estate market is undergoing a notable correction. British Columbia follows with a 10% decline, highlighting a significant gap between these two regions. Although other provinces are also seeing price declines, the trend suggests that the correction might continue for some time. Our next segment focuses on the strategic insights shared by Michelle Kam, a leading real estate broker in Toronto, Ontario. Michelle Kam is shedding light on the opportunities and trends that the winter market offers to buyers and sellers in Toronto. Traditionally, the winter season is seen as a quieter time for real estate, but Kam believes it holds unique advantages for those willing to adapt their strategies. Kam emphasizes that winter does not necessarily equate to a slowdown in real estate activity. In fact, according to the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, winter sales in the Greater Toronto Area accounted for about 18% of total annual transactions in 2023. This statistic shows that demand persists year-round, and savvy buyers and sellers can leverage this to their advantage. For sellers, fewer listings mean less competition, which can work in their favor if their property is well staged and priced correctly. Cam advises sellers to focus on creating a welcoming atmosphere by showcasing a home's warmth and coziness. Simple touches like appropriate lighting, seasonal decor, and clear walkways can make all the difference in attracting buyers during the colder months. On the buyer's side, Cam points out that winter buyers tend to be more serious and focused. Unlike the peak months, when casual interest is more common, winter buyers often operate on tight timelines and are ready to act. Cam suggests that winter can reveal a property's resilience, advising buyers to look for signs of good insulation, efficient heating systems, and potential issues like drafty windows or poor snow drainage. Moreover, Cam highlights that the winter months provide a perfect opportunity for sellers to prepare their homes for the competitive spring market. Even if you're not ready to list immediately, this time can be used to make necessary upgrades, stage the property, and have professional photos taken. Cam advocates for awareness and proactive strategies, noting that winter is often overlooked, but can be a hidden gem for those who understand its dynamics. That wraps up our discussion on Michelle Cam's insights into Toronto's winter real estate market. It's clear that with the right approach, both buyers and sellers can find success even during the colder months. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast. We hope you found today's insights valuable as you navigate the world of mortgages and real estate. Before you go, a quick reminder. Real Approved is here to make your mortgage journey smoother. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, their experienced team is ready to guide you with personalized support every step of the way. Visit realapproved.ca to get started and take the next step toward achieving your home ownership goals. Catch you next time and stay informed with the latest industry insights.